Hey everybody, what's up? Hurricane BX here, and welcome to another R.O.C. Hangout. The Tuesday night tradition continues each and every single Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on the Realm of Collectors YouTube channel. Don't forget, you could also download the audio version of this podcast on iTunes and Google Play through your favorite podcast app. I always suggest podcast app because I could not find us on Podbean. Also, guys, if you're watching us on YouTube, there's a live chat going on right now below. Hop in there, say what's up. We're going to shout everybody out at the end of the show. And please remember to give us a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't done so already. We're on our way to 1,000 subscribers. We're looking to do a big giveaway once we hit that milestone. So please hit that subscribe button and hit the little bell while you're at it. You'll be notified every time new content is uploaded to the channel. So with that, let's say what's up to the crew tonight. I'm going to go right to left this time. First time with us in the live hangout, T-Man. What's going on?
Hello, everybody. I'm all right. Just playing with these little toys in front of me.
No problem.
We got that.
Thanks for joining us
tonight, man.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me. And I knocked my phone over. Sorry.
Well, welcome, man. Welcome to the hangout and stuff. How's your week so far? Everything good?
It's been good. I'm missing the toys I was playing with this weekend. I got to play Meteor and Galaxy Meteor. And I was sad when I had to give them to their rightful owners.
Aww. That's right. That's right. You and Extra were at a little meetup this weekend. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. Did you get any new hauls this week? Any new pickups you want to share?
I picked up this from one of the guys that was there named Matt. Revoltech Hot Rod.
Oh, nice.
And I found the blue Legacy Power Ranger. I got the last piece I needed to build Abomination for Marvel Legends Abomination. And I just picked up the Ragnarok Thor finally.
Nice. Sweet, man. Well, thanks for sharing. Thanks for popping on tonight.
No problem.
All right. Next up, G Money. What's up, bro?
Hey, I am super excited to be here with you guys tonight. It is Tuesday, and it is for me personally what's the best way to describe it? The day before the last day of work before my vacation starts. So
dude,
I go in tomorrow, get through the day.
The day before the last day? That was when the world froze over or some shit, if I remember.
It'll be a good day tomorrow. No matter what happens, I'll be in a great mood, just for stuff. So looking forward to it.
Nice, man. Nice. Any new pickups?
Nothing really this week. I posted, in our Facebook group, my wife really surprised me for the birthday last week. I don't think I mentioned it on Tuesday, but I got the G2, the blue grinder. She picked it up for me, which was pretty cool. Yeah. And to her credit, I always say on the show, I joke that, she's real supportive. She just wants me to be happy. She just doesn't want to learn about it, but she actually listened. And the first thing she said when I opened it, she's like, and I already got the other head. It's on the way. That just didn't come in yet.
Wow.
So she ordered the G1 head to go with it also.
So what did she
awesome.
when you opened up your fans toys grinder and you took that big whiff? You take your big whiff of your fans toys? Because I know I do.
No, she lost interest, she wasn't around when I was when I opened it up and stuff.
Wait, Gary, did I hear this right? She gave you some G1 head?
G2 head.
G2. Exactly. G2.
That's a good,
not only is that, but
it is.
Yeah,
exactly. Exactly.
Oh, man. That's sweet.
Oh, I got blue.
Yeah.
Dude, I think mine can only really name Optimus Prime, and that's it. So this, at least you got that. I'll give you props.
Yeah, no, she came through, and then the other thing I think it was even cooler than that. I put a picture of it, but just one of the pictures she had seen from TFCon of us, kind of this hangout crew at the time, everybody that was there. She took it upon herself to get that printed and kind of blown up, and she put it in the frame and stuff. So I got that actually right below the toy shelf behind me. So it's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
It's actually.
It is
Love
very
that,
sweet.
man. Love that.
So,
That's awesome.
Yep.
Sweet. All right. Next up, Extra Zero.
All right. So Doing pretty good. Thanks for having me back again. It's the third week in a row. Unfortunately, for this episode, I'm only here till 8:55 because duty calls. It's the downside of being in IT. Got a 9 o'clock change I got to do. But I did get some cool stuff over the past week. In the realm, I posted my what's in the box. I got Erebus, which I sold a lot of people on at the meetup when we get to that. And, I also had someone remind me, Thunder Uterus, because that's what we were calling it at TFCon.
Thunder Uterus.
Let's see. On Saturday, I randomly found this for $18 at Barnes & Noble. Figure I didn't know that I wanted, and I'm really glad that I got it. It's the SH Figuarts Fire Mario.
Nice.
So I'm getting up on that Pinkerton collection. I also got the other Tamashi Buddy for my Mega Man X. I got 0, so I got this display built, so that'll go on my desk at work. And these are kind of neat. They're just little static figures. Shit, I almost broke it. Let's see, what else did I get? Today, actually, I got this. The hell is it called? NX Edge Mega Man X, and I'm kind of undecided on him. I like the Sentinel one way better. I don't have the Sentinel X yet. And then a couple non-gaming related pickups. I got, or no, figure related pickups. I got Spider-Man Homecoming today on 4K.
Nice.
And Fractured But Whole. So hopefully I have time for both of them.
Was that Spider-Man a Steelbook?
Yeah, the Best Buy exclusive one is the Steelbook. It's pretty sweet.
Oh, nice.
Here, let me get the full art going on here. Y'all can see that.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah, I've been trying to get all the Marvel movies in Steelbook if I can. The only one I don't have is the first Guardians, because there was just a small printing of those. But yeah, that's another little thing I like to collect. And
cool.
I did get one more thing. Dude Jake, I won't say his last name, but he's in the realm. He found a slug slinger for me.
Nice.
Cool.
And was very, very kind to ship this out to me for a price and $4 shipping. So I really appreciate that. And then I don't have it yet, but Paul is also sending me a Windblade as well. So now I'm just missing a Misfire, which is kind of low on my priority list, but that'll be that my deluxes are done.
Nice.
So
nice.
Been a good week for new stuff.
Yeah, I completed that line myself and stuff. The only one I'm missing is Overlord, but I'm opting for the Takara version, so that's not coming out until January.
I would get the Takara one.
Yeah, getting the extra heads and stuff like that. So,
yeah, you're welcome.
All right, Big Dom, how you doing, brother?
What's going on, guys?
Hey, Dom.
Hey, pickups. I found the Overlord in stores. I found it at Walmart. So, if you guys need to find one of those, there should be popping up at Walmart over here at the East Coast. Finally,
not at your Walmart though.
No, not at my Walmart.
Walmart, get one.
Haha, funny. What was I gonna do? And then I think I picked up a couple things for the show. I picked up. I got a Beast Wars Transmetals Inferno. I was able to pick that up, and then I was able to pick up Cybertron Clocker. I think he's like a little legend figure that I was looking for completing my set, and picked up a bunch of stuff for Dave. It's on layaway. He's paying me like $1 a day.
Listen, Dom, I'm a little short. Tomorrow's just
No problem.
Okay?
No problem.
Everybody's got one of those.
Yeah, no problem. So I'll keep it right here in this pile right here. Just release it when my payment is due. But no, it's really good. Some really good deals at the show. I was also able to pick up some Biker Scouts from Black Series. So if anybody's looking for Biker Scouts, I got them from a really good deal, $25 a piece. So
was that at the show?
Yeah, that was at the show.
Yeah, I saw them there. I was thinking about it.
I cleared them up. So if anybody needs them, I'll sell them at cost, 25 plus shipping. So let me know. I got 3 of them. So the first 3 people that hit me up, let me know.
Wow, you turned a new leaf, man.
Yeah, look at that.
Wow, I'm really rubbing off on you, bro.
Those people consider that Biker Scout one of the best troopers. So it's a good set. And for $25, you can't beat that. And I know they clearanced them a lot out back in the day, but the people who are getting into it now, trying to find those original release figures, are hard to get. So
yeah, I remember when they had Jabba and the Biker Scout for like 13 a piece on Amazon.
Yeah.
Wow.
They've been
Does
hard to
the
get.
bike explode like the orial?
Mike, I think if you could throw if you throw it hard enough at the wall, I think it does explode.
Can we swap Bobby's Tiger Track out with a bike?
Yeah, I think we could do that too, and just paint it yellow.
Yeah.
Maybe. And I got a bunch of third-party stuff. I'm not going to go through it. It's just stuff that's been trickling in because I've been shipping my loot time and time again after it reaches 150. So I got like the upgrade pieces for MP Ironhide and Ratchet. So I don't put those things on them. And then a bunch of MMC stuff like the Megatron that came in. And then that's about it. I can't. I don't know what's in it. I have it all in a box over there, and I haven't gone through any of it. So that's my life right now.
No problem. And guys, you see that? You're getting a little bit of Dominomics on the low. Did you hear what he said? Pile of loot,
I have it all in a
shit
box
hits
over there, and I haven't
150,
gone through any
and you
of it.
ship it with the free shipping. That is, guys, it's not rocket science. It's not rocket science.
No, save on shipping. Don't pay for shipping. Fuck that. Fuck BBTS. No, they offer that free, like that low, fast, like
just
cheap
the $4.
Yeah,
so it's not that bad.
Which is not too bad, actually.
Yeah.
Is that my shit comes in like 5 days, within like 5 days.
Yeah.
This fucker took 10 days to get to me with the $4.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. That sucks. So I guess tolerances may vary. I guess.
Well, that's all I got, Jose. But thank you.
Sweet, man. Sweet. What's up, Energy John Addict? What's up, Pop?
Yo, what up? What's good, boys? So
Chilling, man. Happy Tuesday.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go. All right. No, just kidding. I got a bunch of third-party shit still stemming from TFCon. I haven't even touched or opened, and I'm not going to go through that either.
Did you finish sneaking everything into the house?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. She's not home. She just went out to go get a cigarette, so I can say whatever the fuck I want now. She ain't here, motherfuckers. But yeah, man, I trickle things in little by little. So it's funny. Like I had to get up before to see what in my corner of my dining room is where I put all like my recent hauls, because I play with my shit downstairs and then I got to take it upstairs. So this weekend we cleaned the house and I took I can't even tell you, probably about 3 or 4 trips of toys upstairs, and she still. Like after that was all said and done, I left like a few Mezco stuff out and some of the Figuart stuff that I recently got over here. And she's like, "Are you gonna put this stuff upstairs? It looks like crap." I was like, "Did you see how much shit I took upstairs?" And she was like, "No." I was like, "All right." So I didn't push the argument because she obviously didn't notice how much fucking shit was there. So I just cleaned it up a little more and I took the rest upstairs. And but yeah, she ain't here, so fuck it. As far as hauls go, like I've been on my fucking Star Wars tip again. Like I'm transforming out. So I've been getting a lot of like older Black Series stuff, which I never bought. And I always came down on a bunch of you guys for buying the stuff. And I'm like, fuck, some of the stuff ain't so bad. So I'm trying to fill that, little spots in with that stuff. Like I got Bosk, the Black Series Bosk in this week. I'm looking for a Cody. Dom picked up a bunch of stuff for me, and the rest of the stuff I got was all like Star Wars Figuarts. So that's pretty much it for hauls for me this week.
Sweet, man. Yeah. Thanks for sharing, as always.
Echo.
Yep. Hold on one sec. Let me fix that. All right. Next up, Bricks on a Dollar. How you doing, brother?
Hey everybody, thanks for having me back. I also went to RetroCon and I didn't get much. I met one of the artists that did one of the posters for my subscription service and I bought a print from him.
Nice.
Oh, that's cool.
So I bought that from him, and other than that, I saw Blade Runner 2049. I guess that's a haul, right? I saw that, and that's it.
So you liked it, Chris? You liked that movie?
Yes.
I hear a lot of good things from that.
Yeah, it's 2 hours and 44 minutes long. So, prepare your body for that movie. But I enjoyed it.
Cool.
Nice. But not least, the analyzer, Brian Brink. How you doing tonight, man?
What's up, guys? Just on the grind all day, every day.
Day.
So I got to go through this all again.
Are you chugging along, Brian?
I am.
Share what you want to share.
All right. So if you want, I went overboard at RetroCon.
Yeah, you did.
I will just go over a couple things. If you're really that interested, you can go watch Plastic Fanatics and ETR again. But anyway, one of these things I'm really happy about is I got a Marvel Selects Hulk for my
movie. Is that a $5 Hulk?
$5.
That's fucking dope. $5 When I heard you say that last night, I was like, wow. I'm sad I missed that show.
And I did get a cesium, which after a long debate, I finally pulled the trigger on that. And now I just feel glad that I have it and I can make my decision long down the road. I don't have to worry about trying to find it or whatever. But one of them will go eventually, maybe in March. We'll see. And one other thing I got too was this Lee Bermejo designed Superman, which doesn't pose very well, but I like him. He's cool. And I'll just leave it at that.
Nope. I didn't get too much stuff. What did I get? I got the Takara Legends, the Target Masters Cup and Hot Rod. I got a SH Figuarts Joker. I hope I'm saying that right. The Wolverine, the Revoltech.
Which Joker is that? Bale Joker or Nolan Joker?
The Dark Knight.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, Dark Knight version. Really looks good compared to like the Mafex. I remember that when the Mafex version came out, the head sculpt was not that great. Really weird. So I never picked it up. And I picked up the Batman that they had put out at that time too, but just so many QC issues. I sold it like immediately. But the Figuarts version of the Dark Knight Batman, and now with this Joker, top notch stuff. And then today I got from Hanny the Core Magnus Perfect Combiner for the Combiner Wars Ultra Magnus. I don't know why I picked it up. I don't need it. You know what I'm saying? That figure, you don't really need to have a figure like this for it to work as Ultra Magnus, but I'm like a sucker for their upgrades.
Do you have
pick that up?
Do you have the other upgrade for Magnus? The one that gives him the ankle tilts?
No. Oh, no. I've been wanting that, but trigger on it. So Did you pick that up? You got that?
Yeah. Yeah, that's fun.
When I see some photos of it online, I'm like, man, I should get it. But it's like, how much money am I gonna like dump into these, like Hasbro, figures as far as like.
Hey, look, it's the waffle life, and you gotta make your bed and sleep.
I know. I love it. I do love it. That's why I still collect it. Get stuff like this.
Yeah,
and
I'm a sucker for add-on kits myself.
Seriously, dude. And then the Jackal Squad for my birthday this year, they had picked me up Gorira from Perfect Effect, and came out from Handy, little upgrade set, little Gorira Junior. So sitting checking this out. I thought the weapons looked really badass, the swords in particular. So looking forward to opening this and checking it out. So
nice.
Do those connect to the bigger one?
Oh yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you could. They have like a gun mode. They have a hammer mode, and then there's like a sword. There's like a sword mode.
There's a big axe mode too.
Yeah, and a giant axe. So and everything. There's two of them, so everything is like times two. So have Gorira like double wielding these weapons and stuff. So that's freaking awesome.
Oh, cool.
So you can put a monkey on a monkey's back. That's pretty cool.
When they come out with their Primal Prime one, I'll probably get them when they come out in like the Optimus colors.
Yeah. Oh, so you're interested in picking that up? You never picked up the original?
Oh, I have the original. I like it enough to double dip.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Sweet, man. It is a nice figure, man. And at Perfect Effect, I've never really been burned by like what they put out. Like the Fort Max that they did was pretty excellent. And then the Leonidas that they put out was pretty awesome. Like I know some people had issues. I wound up selling it because I just felt like, man, I didn't have a place for it in my collection, but I did love the aesthetic and
Dude, I was in
just
the
the
same
way
boat.
the figure was, you know. And then the guys got me Gorilla, like I said, for my birthday this year, because just fan. I like Optimal Optimus, and I thought it looked great. Like I like that they took liberties and didn't try to make it look exactly like the show. That they made them a little bit more proportioned and kind of like beefy looking, you know. So it was definitely eye catching, and the guys got that for me, which was awesome.
Yeah,
you know. So with these weapons, I was like, man, I gotta get them.
Yeah. Jose, I saw him in person at Brix's place this weekend, and I'm regretting not getting him. It's a really good figure.
Yeah, just wait till fourth quarter clearance.
Yo, Jose, why do you think Perfect Effect doesn't put out more figures? Because to me, they're a little slow, you know, coming out with things.
I think they're good, like, because I think they stay in their lane. Go ahead, Dom. What happened?
Because Dave, they're perfect. They wait for it to be perfect, and then they release it.
Yeah.
Jesus,
but like what I mean is like that Warden that Jose just commented on. I have it too, and that's one of my favorite pieces. And
you know what?
I'm just wondering why they didn't do more.
I think they're quality over quantity. So that if they take their time with the actual Transformers that they put out, and I think they know and stay in their lane as far as like the upgrade kits and stuff, because they're awesome with that as far as supplementing what Hasbro puts out. You know, they saved Combiner Wars as far as like putting out the hands and feet, in my opinion.
That's their bread and butter.
You know, you know, charging $30 or whatever it was for a set of hands and feet. I think they're making money hands over fist.
Yeah,
so why not?
Pun intended.
I think they're.
I still haven't got any of those.
Yeah, I think Perfect Effect, it really is a smart company, because when they do those add-on kits, build capital to do those special projects that they do, and they can spend a little bit more money in doing those special projects and adding, because they add a ridiculous amount of paint to everything.
Yeah.
And those add-on, I think those add-on kits, the little things that they do, just adds to that, and then I think they're really smart for doing what they're doing.
I mean, it's possible it's like a two-man thing. Like, what if they don't have to buy designs, right? What if they do all that themselves? And that's why it takes me so long to put stuff out. You know?
Well, it's like DNA Design. It did Susanoo. I know that figure got mixed reception, that Revenge of the Fallen Bludgeon and the Masterpiece scale. But DNA Design's another one that just was doing upgrade kits. You know, they did all the
He's aggravating.
Combiner Wars, Devastator, and Metroplex and Fort Max. They'll probably do a Triptychon one, but you know, again, that's a company where it's like you make your, you know, you're going to make money. You know, of course, we can get back into the whole make toys or make toys argument of you know, why Galaxy Meteor maybe might have been canceled and the speculation there, but when you do those hand-foot upgrades and those upgrade kits, that's guaranteed money, because the people that don't want to invest in third-party figures, they're willing to invest like $20-30 to make, you know, an official figure better.
Yeah,
you know, it's funny you say that. I love upgrade kits so much. Sometimes I'll just buy a figure because it has an upgrade kit.
Yep.
You know,
Look at the resale value on Combiner Wars Prime right now. A loose one, $70.
I was trying to get Dom to. I know it searches his little pile there. I'm like, dude, I need one, because I put the SND kit on mine, but since you had to pull that thing apart and take out the pins and the screws, he's a little wobbly, and I don't want to try him for combine mode. So I hit Dom up last night when we were done with the little after hangout, and I was like, dude, do you happen to have one for a decent price? I was looking online, and I'm like, no.
I got all my I got all my combiner boxes right here. My Home Depot boxes. I'm gonna go through them and see if I can find another one for you.
Dom, I know you picked one up at the last Toy-Con.
Yeah, I picked up the white one. I picked up the white one.
Oh,
the white one hasn't jacked up or shot up as much as the regular Optimus Prime one did.
And you still
listen. Dom's got one under the seat in his car that he forgot about from like 6 months ago.
Wait. Hold on. Jose, I got one right behind my ear. I'm sorry.
If you had a time machine, though, to go back to like when those fuckers were like piled up, like it was like him and Silverbolt for days.
Yep. Exactly. They were all over the place.
Yeah, James. When I
might sell mine for that price.
When I heard that upgrade kit, like when I got the smell of that upgrade kit coming, I went to my Walmart and I bought all the Optimus Primes on clearance.
$13 specials, right?
Yeah. Because you hit it on the nose, James. It's you got a lot of people who still love the Hasbro figures, and if you have a company upgrading, and that's where third party started, upgrading official figures. There's a big community out there that still buys those upgrades, and I'm one of them because
that's what I said at Bobby's. Is when we were talking about the origins of third party, I was like, you go back and look at that Parallax kit for Ultra Magnus. Mm-hmm. You couldn't find a Generations Ultra Magnus anywhere or Classics Ultra Magnus anywhere once that Parallax kit hit, and by today's standards, it's kind of clunky and it's really not all that great, but the importance of where third party started and what really kicked it off for collectors, what got it to be like a regular discussion among collectors, it's that sort of stuff.
Yeah, dude, I saw one for $25.
But remember when they were going for like 160, even up to 200?
They were easy. Yep.
I think a bunch of us had it for sale at NJCC last year. Right? That Parallax shit was all over the table.
I mean, I got to install this, but I got the upgrade kit for Star Saber from Hanny. And, again, that's another one when people catch on to. I think, the Star Saber becomes scarce if there ever comes a official Victory Leo. I know that the X-Transbots one exists, but imagine if Fans Toys does a Victory Leo, you won't be able to find Star Saber anywhere.
What does that upgrade kit have? What's it?
It's got new arm joints, new thigh joints, knee replacement springs, shoulder thigh replacement springs, oil for the joints, and a new blade for the sword.
God damn! All right.
So, and this was like $13 at TFCon.
Wow, nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think part of it was like Justin worked it in with all the shit I was buying. So, shout out to Justin if he's listening. Because I also bought that Ultra Magnus upgrade kit. I got to install too for the shoulders.
Yeah, I think that might be interesting to talk about as a future topic, because I think the third party game started with upgrade kits, blew up into all these original figures coming out, but you still have the upgrade stuff, and everybody's talking about, man, with the proliferation of KOs, hitting the market and, and they're talking about how third party, could be going out of tubes in a few years. I think it might be worth the discussion to think would it be beneficial for them to maybe go back to doing the upgrade stuff like they did in the beginning,
Well, the thing is, the upgrade stuff never went away.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's just that we are so focused right now on the complete packages as collectors that there's still a huge scene for the add-on kits. And I guarantee you, you go on boards right now, and there are people making shit tons of custom Titan Master faceplates, and you just don't think about it. Those garage kits are still out there, and there's people still buying them. Nanef right now, he's making guns for the Decepticlones and Autobot clones, and $15 for the set of guns.
Yeah, and Shapewaves is making connector ports for the headmasters to put them in the generations figures. So if you don't like the body of the Titan Return figures, you can buy a Shapewaves adapter piece that actually could put into your generations figure and put the headmaster into that.
Yeah. Wait, what's an example?
Nice.
Ghost Shooter is one of them.
Is Ghost Shooter a headmaster?
Yeah.
They did one for Nightbeat as well.
Yeah, and Nightbeat.
So Nightbeat was a headmaster in G1?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And then I think they're doing one for RC, so you can stick the RC head onto the Generations RC mold.
So that's sweet, man. That's sweet. I didn't even think about that. The independent people, that are putting stuff out like Nanef. I bought stuff from them before. I think specifically for Combined Wars, they had an upgrade for the chess piece. so it could look more G1-ish. But that's dope, and I think Titan's Return, I could have seen third-party companies, making their own like little headmasters to fit in these figures, or doing bodies for like some of the headmasters that they put out that didn't have bodies to go with them. And then the same thing now that I'm like it's like a missed opportunity almost, because it hasn't come out yet. And I'm thinking the same thing now with the Target Masters. Like some of the Takara releases now, some of these figures have Target Masters with them, and I'm like, man, like would just be perfect for a third party company to come along and do their own.
If they do,
Yeah, that's what I would want too.
Oh, sorry. Oh, I was gonna say, if they don't do an official Repugnus, you're gonna see a third party one.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's something like I could see. That's something I could see like Perfect Effect doing.
Deluxe Repugnus, because you can't really count that little tiny Titan Master as like your official Repugnus. Like you got like Grotesque, Twinferno, and wee little Tyrion Repugnus.
Might be something that they might spring on us, like Grotesque, as like an exclusive, and we just haven't seen it or know anything about it.
Oh
yet.
yeah, I'm sure. Ape Face 2. Ape Face 2.
Well, Ape Face already leaked. Ape Face and Snapdragon. They were like early listings for Power of the Primes, and then like when all that Beast Wars information leaked, there was initial reports that Snapdragon and Ape Face were going to be retools of Optimus and Megatron.
Oh wow!
So
that's cool.
Interesting stuff, man. A lot of stuff that's going to be coming out.
I hope they're extensive.
All right, guys, real quick.
I don't want them to look exactly like Optimus.
Yeah.
No.
I mean,
all right. Let's just shift gears real quick, guys. I wanted to pass the mic to Gary. As some of you guys might know, we're going to be doing a R.O.C. weight loss challenge. And we did one earlier this year. And if you're not part of the Facebook group and you're interested in joining, please, by all means, join the Facebook group. Be in charge of the weight loss challenge coming up soon. And I think he's got some details for us. Little teaser for you guys, as going for what we have coming up. So Gary, you could discuss that right now if you want.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks, Jose. I appreciate the time. I just wanted to talk a little bit more. Information will be coming over the next few weeks, but I think we're going to run this competition really from December 1st all the way through April 1st of next year. So it's essentially about 4 months. Kind of the thought plan is going to be it's kind of weight loss combined with overall wellness and good balance. But we do have to keep score, right? Because winners keep score. So we'll use the actual weight loss, and we'll do the calculation like last year with the body fat percentage. But there'll definitely be a couple other things that go with it, with the biweekly check-ins that we're going to kind of use just for some cadence, for some discipline, but really for morale and to keep people motivated, just for some different choices. So I figured I gives everyone through Thanksgiving to kind of enjoy themselves, and then we'll start, right,
boys.
But we'll everyone starts right at the first of the year, so let's get ahead of that curve and not be that group. Yeah, and so we'll start December. Kind of get some momentum going, get through the holidays, and then be hopefully a good momentum into the new calendar year. And I want to kind of just say thanks to Antoine, who's been doing the R.O.C. Instagram page. He's kind of shared a lot of the stuff I've started putting up in this other group there, and kind of sharing some stuff there. Some really cool kind of supportive comments and conversation, people sharing some things that they want to work on for themselves, which is really what this is all about, guys. It's, like I said, we'll make it a competition for fun and kind of, again, just make some better choices with it. But I'm excited to see, I put something up about persistence and consistency. And I know as collectors, we are persistent when we are trying to track something down. I also know that we are consistent in how we approach this hobby at times, with trying to acquire what it is that we're looking for and add to our collection. So I think we take some of those same great behaviors and add them to this challenge. I think it'll be really good. Just another great way for the community to kind of support each other and help each other out and just give that recognition. So more information will be coming. I'll put some more stuff up on Facebook, and the details will be put out to make it as easy as possible, but obviously put the sense of ownership on everybody who participates. And at the end, the winner will take it all home. So I look forward to what we can do with it this time.
That's sweet. Well, actually, one of the guys on our panel was one of the winners of the challenge that we did earlier this year. Dom, you know what I'm saying? I was in the challenge. A bunch of us were in the challenge. You know what I'm saying? I think it basically
back.
Okay. But the point is that you did it the first time.
Well,
and you were motivated.
I gained it all back because I knew we were going to have to do another one. And I got to win it again. Jesus. Fuck. How do you think
he's in it for the competition.
How do you think I pay for these toys? Shit.
But I love the idea, and like Gary said, it's drives what's going to drive the success for everybody that takes is the support from the rest of the community. We got guys like, shout out to Ronan. He popped in, joined the weight loss group, and he said he's not there to lose any weight, but he wants to support everybody that's there, giving tips and ideas and motivation for everybody that's going to partake in the challenge. So I thought that was pretty awesome. And for anybody that's out there that's watching or listening, you're more than welcome to do so as well. I think with everybody's support, anybody that actually joins the challenge will appreciate it, and that's what's going to help everybody push through to the finish line, you know. So pretty sweet.
I'll just give a couple points of recognition already. EE Prime's pretty active in the chats. He gave up smoking already. Nick is often here in the Hangouts with us. He's really focused hard on some great choices with eliminating some of the soda and the sugary content of his drinks. And look, I'll just emphasize, look, it's work, but it also should be a little bit of fun. And in the end, it's just about balance, and just making some maybe different choices that kind of helps everybody out, feel a little bit better. But most of us, you've got families or significant others or people that want everyone around, for a long time. And we want this community to keep growing and growing and growing. And I think it's just good to, to focus on that balance piece. So I look forward to it.
That's awesome, man. And looking forward to the details for the challenge coming up within the next few weeks. So stay tuned, guys. We're going to be dropping a little bit on you.
Trust in Gary to lose my fat ass.
Wait till NJCC in 2018, right? The R.O.C. is going to roll in there, in skin tight Under Armour, and
I don't know about that, Gary. Let's take it like I can strut,
flexing in the photos,
I can strut in and look good. I'd be happy.
Coming like one of those morph suits.
You got it. That's it. Exactly.
Yo, Dom, is that your thing? You fucking you lose all the weight and then gain it back so you can win again the following year?
That's what I said, Dave.
Yeah, but I mean, that's your hustle. That's your Dominomics. Even on the fucking Fat Loss channel, he's always hustling.
You got me, Dave. You got me. Yeah. You found me out, man.
Oh man, that's awesome though. So like I said, looking forward to hearing the rest of those details within the next few weeks.
Got a month to bulk up, so
That's it. Eat.
Enjoy it now, guys. Enjoy it while you can. I've already actually started myself, so
I'm ordering a pizza right now.
But thanks for sharing, Gary. Really appreciate it.
Definitely.
All right. Next up on the agenda, we had a little meetup set up by Extra Zero over the weekend. T-Man himself was there. A few of the other guys over the weekend, and I think this is something that's going to be a theme, I think, for the rest of the show. There was a RetroCon meetup that Chris, Brian, and Dom were at this weekend, so we're going to hear a little bit about that. So tell us, guys, Extra, let us know how that weekend went. Like, I'm glad that you actually had some heads that came out. I saw you brought some toys. It looked like fun, so just tell us what that was all about.
You know, for a long time, I've been wanting to get a meetup going. I've been pretty active on TFW for a very long time, and I know there's a lot of people that don't like TFW these days, but I still like the Sightings Forum, and some of the third-party boards are all right. And, one of the things that kept coming up in the sightings forum was, when's a meetup going to happen? When's a meetup going to happen? And, I'm in Maryland, and Paik, Paik for life, good dude. He's popped in a few times and invited us into the Northern Virginia meetups. And for me, I just never could make the dates line up, but I always wanted to get something going in Maryland, and, going to TFCon and then going to Skullfest, those were great experiences for me. And I finally put the hammer down. I was like, look, I'm going to get a meetup together. I'm resurrecting this thread. Let's make it happen. And actually, I think I got the meetup organized before Skullfest, but it was there's a guy that I went back and forth with named Matt, and went back and forth with him on TFW. He followed me on Twitter, and we were chatting up, and we finally made it happen. And there's another dude, Vladimir Pocket. He's pretty active in the board too. I don't know if I'm going to go with screen names rather than real names. Matt goes by Matt M. So what am I going to do there? But Matt was pretty active going back and forth, and T-Man, we kind of met up through the boards, doing trades, and we found out we were in the same area, and we were like-minded, sane fans, and that was a really positive experience, meeting someone like-minded in the community and becoming friends over time. So we're like, let's start branching this out. We've got all these people that are active in the sightings thread. Let's get something together. And so we finally agreed to meet at a central area. There were a bunch of people that couldn't attend, but we ended up getting about a group of was it 7 of us together, and we went into White Marsh. It was a place called Red Brick Station. It's a nice little brewery, and I got an outdoor table. It was a nice day, and I just brought a shit ton of toys, and I laid them out on the table very shamelessly. And a few other people brought figures. T-Man had some.
These 3.
Yeah. Vladimir Pocket, he had a bunch of cool stuff. He had Howling Meteor, Galaxy Meteor, and Tyrannotron. I brought all my cross dimension stuff. I brought the Spark Toys Spartan, brought a lot of the later line Titans Return stuff. Stuff that most people just wouldn't get the opportunity to see. And I just wanted to come and share it and talk toys and have beers and drinks and get to know you guys.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome. I made you want to buy a lot of stuff, so I know your wallet's not thanking me for that.
I thought that was funny, man, because when I hit you in the chat earlier and we talked about it, and I mentioned the Thunder Erebus, and you were like, man, it's funny you mentioned that figure, because after they messed with it this weekend, I got 3 people to buy it.
Matt and his friend Marshall, I believe, both bought one. So it's a figure you don't know you want until you get hands on with. But for me, it was a nice thing. I got 7 guys in, but then I have all these other people that are coming to the next one. We've even got a couple of YouTubers that are interested in coming to the next one. Bald Matrix hit me up on Twitter. He's like, dude, I would have gone to this if I wasn't at the Renaissance Festival. So the next one, I want to get more people involved, more from the realm, more from the DMV collectors group, people from TFW, and just bring the community together. Get to know your fellow collectors, have a good time, have some beers, play with some toys you don't own, and just know that there's people out there like you that you can socialize with and get out there with and have a great time. And that's what it's all about, having fun and meeting people through this hobby.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. For sure. We've always spoke about that as far as social media and everything, everybody getting, everybody basically getting to know that there's other people out there that share their hobby, might not necessarily be in your same neighborhood, but they're out there. And then, Instagram and Facebook and these groups, give us the opportunity to come together for that stuff.
So, Extra Zero, what's the scene, right? So you're in a public place with toys on the table. Tell me what's going on.
Well, of course we get a bartender who is, or a waitress actually, because we were still in, it was the bar dining area, and she comes. She's like, yeah, look at her. Oh, she was all right. She was all right. She was the 3 kids thing kind of threw me off.
I missed that part.
Yeah, well, the thing was, you walked out, and she goes, "Oh, is that a Minecraft Mario shirt?" And I was like, points lowered.
It was the
This is
it was the 8-bit Mario sprite.
And she's like, oh, look at all these trees. My son would have so much fun if he were here right now. We're explaining, we're trying to explain, like, these are high end. I always letting people touch stuff. The make toy stuff you can hurl. I mean, Dust would say other words. He'd be like, yeah, fucking throw those things. But that wasn't. Those things. I know they're adorable.
Hey, any third party version show up?
No, actually, everybody there was pretty well versed to the third party scene, and there's a guy that's not even active on the boards. He's a lurker. His name's Marshall, and real cool guy. And it's just amazing that there are some people that are into the third party scene, and they just don't really participate. So trying to get these guys into the realm and get them active. And then be able to share their collection.
Put out 2 things as far as the scene.
Good.
One thing that was going on, we had all those toys at the table. There was a family across from us. And I kept hearing the little boy kept saying, "That's a lot of Transformers." and then these 2 people were behind us, and the guy just stopped everything he was doing to come over to our table to talk to us about it.
He looked at us like we were unicorns. He's like, "I didn't know you all existed." And he's like, "I hope I'm not here." We were like trying to get him to come and sit with us. Like, yo, dude, come on, join the. Like, nah, I'm here with somebody right now, and
I'm here with my wife, and she probably doesn't want me to get involved in this right now.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. We always preach that, man. Like getting out there, setting up your meetups. You know what I'm saying? Get your group on. There's always people out there that are looking to collect and connect, as we say.
Get your group on.
And we had the dude Matt. He brought some figures potentially for trades. That's where T-Man's Rodimus came from. So,
I've been wanting this forever. He gave it to me for whatever price I said. So
nice.
I tried not to go too low, but
you lowball him.
Then we all did.
I think it was a good price.
Yeah.
All right, sweet.
Oh yeah, we all went to Barnes and Noble.
The 50% off bin of that was the best 50% off bin I've ever gone through. This is we kept finding shit.
True.
Oh, nice. So after you guys were done with the table, you actually went to Barnes and Noble to shop for stuff. Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Not everybody can make it. The one dude, Scott, he invited us to his Halloween party. And he's been showing us pictures of his basement. He's got a huge Megatron collection. So I'm like, dude, get on the realm, post some pictures. So trying to do that hustle. Trying to get us out there. So hopefully we get more members. I think the next one I want to plan for mid-November. Try and get that before Thanksgiving time frame, before people are going on vacations and just can't get the logistics working. And I just want to make sure the time lines up with folks that may have to work on the weekends. So as soon as I'm done with this project I'm working on for work, I'm going to try and get that squared away with a few people. And then I'll get that on the realm. I'll get that on all the groups and just try and get everything. I think the next one will be in Columbia, Maryland. And I want to get a head count ahead of time so I can get a table and kind of a bigger area for everybody. But all in all, it was a success. It was nice to finally get something off the ground and get people to come together and find a lot of cool people that are in my area that we weren't aware of each other. Now we are, and share the hobby and have a great time and get ourselves out there. It was a really big success in my book.
That's awesome, man.
That's dope. That's where it all starts, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how we all started, meeting up at NJCCs or some kind of con, and we get together as often as we can. We're actually a bunch of us. I'm having a few people over my house at the end of the month.
That's awesome.
And Jose, Gary, Dom, Brian, if he can make it. Anybody?
What? I'm invited?
Listen, motherfucker, don't start your shit. But
who invited Chuck?
Oh yeah, I gotta get at Chuck, but yeah, man, that's how it starts, and you develop these relationships with people, and like I said, I preach it all the time, man. These dudes are like these are my boys. Like, you know, it's not just, hey, we get together on Tuesdays and that's it. We talk every fucking day of the week.
No, that's how, you know? P-Man and I started. We were, you know, hitting up each other. You know, we were our own sightings thread because we were working in the same area at the same time. It would be like, don't waste your breath going to that Toys R Us. It's a shithole.
And the coincidence, we found out we worked near each other, and that's how we wound up meeting each other. And now we work close together again.
Right. No shipping required, which is great.
Oh shit!
Yeah, which is awesome.
That's nice. Yo, T-Man, was that like your first experience, like going to like a little get together like that, like, you know, or have you been to stuff like that before, like little like local hookups and meetups?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Sorry, it broke up a little bit.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like, I was asking, if you went, you know, if you ever been to like a meetup like Extra Zero through before, like something like that, just hooking up with some collectors, playing with figures.
That was my first time right there.
See, that's awesome, man. And it's just as simple as like somebody kind of like just stepping up and taking the initiative to set it all up. You know, so shout out to Extra for like, you know, taking the reins and, you know, trying to pull the people, you know, from his areas together. That's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you for that, because it was fun.
Yeah.
I was having so much fun playing with the toys, I almost forgot that anybody else was there.
You looked like you were having like you know, you were like a kid in a candy store, man. It's like you were at the other end of the table, and I just like see you down there, and you have your camera, and you're like, and then it would be like, pass him down that one, pass him down the other what was it? It's like the other star scream. You know what to do.
Galaxy Meteor was like so solid. It's unbelievable. That's like one of the best third-party figures I've ever touched.
Yeah, and then like when he's like telling you like, you can pull this piece down, and then you get the swivel.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. He feels so official, but way more solid than any official stuff though.
Yeah. And was that like planned? Like, I know you all planned to like hook up, but did you all talk about like bringing like the figures and stuff?
Oh yeah.
Or was that
all
right.
Yeah, we had a board, a thing on the TFW boards. You know, basically just say who was bringing what. Because originally I was going to bring Tyrannotron, and then the dude Vladimir Pocket, he was like, "Oh, dude, I'm going to bring some MMC stuff, and I'll probably bring. I've already got that packed up, and then I'm going to bring Galaxy Meteor and Howling Meteor." I was like, "Okay, cool. Then I don't have to bring Galaxy Meteor or Tyrannotron." So I threw in more cross-dimension stuff and a bunch of Titans Return stuff, and the HasCon and New York Comic Con exclusives for people to see. You know, I just wanted people to, you know, get to experience stuff they might not own.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's cool.
That's smart. And like it's good that you guys coordinated, so you guys are not redundant, bringing you know, doubles and multiples of stuff. So that's awesome.
Definitely.
Sweet, man. Well, keep us posted if you're going to be joining us every week on the Hangouts. You're more than welcome to, you know, promote the hookups and stuff like that. So that's awesome. You know what I'm saying? Let's just bring the community together.
Yeah. Sweet. Definitely want to be here every Tuesday. Unfortunately, I have to go in a couple of minutes because, well, IT duties call.
Duty calls.
Got an implementation on a Tuesday?
All week I'm on call. So we have a 6-week rotating schedule, and I have a deployment that I have to do for some software packages.
It's got to be prod, right? On a Tuesday?
No, it's prod on a Tuesday.
Interesting.
Vulnerability patching.
Oh, there you go. All right.
Yeah. So, gentlemen, I really thank you for having me. I'd like, you know, my plan is to be here next Tuesday. So I'll do my outro now. So, you know, anybody in the area, please keep an eye peeled. I plan on posting something for mid-November in the Columbia, Maryland area. If you can make it, it would be fantastic. Just, you know, let me know that you're going to be there, or even show up unannounced. You know, just it's a lot of fun. If you want any more details, hit me up on social media at the Original Zero on Twitter, and I'd be glad to chat with you. Give you some directions where we're going. I'll be posting on the Realm as well as some other boards. So, gents, thanks for having me again, and I'll plug my Twitter one more time at the Original Zero. So until next time, I will see you all later.
Yeah.
All right, man. Thanks for popping on tonight, man.
Have a good night, James.
Thanks for having me.
Good luck.
See you next week.
See you.
All right, that was awesome. Glad that he shared that and stuff, and that was awesome, T-Man. Like, hopefully, like we said, we're gonna talk a little bit about that, about potential, rock meetups here and there, without, like Gary mentioned, without waiting for these big events to happen. And it's always possible to make that stuff happen. It's just people stepping up and just doing it. So. All right, let's move on to the next topic. RetroCon, they touched on it last night during Enter the Realm. Brian Brink was there. Bricks on the Dollar was there. Dom was there. So it's going to be cool to hear some of their stories about how that convention was. Seeing some of the pics on Enter the Realm that Brian shared, I was surprised. It was a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. And I think Brian said he would compare it to like 8 or 9 NJCCs.
Yeah, it's large. Yeah.
Which would make it. And I would think that's worth attending. And shout out to Retro Now. He was hitting me up on Twitter, and I told him I was going to try to make it. And just with all the craziness from these past weekends, couldn't make that happen. But guys, let us know how the weekend was. Brian, you shared some stories last night. Chris, Dom, let us know how the weekend was for you. Well, how was RetroCon?
Well, I'll go first. I know that room was 70,000 square feet because I've done events in that building before, so. I don't know how big NJCC is square footage wise, but
we have to count the
that was
tiles next time we're there.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever been to a show like that or a show that big like that. And now I kind of really want to go to ToyCon NJ next month. Besides meeting up with Realm again, like for the 5th time in 3 months. I was there for what, 2 hours, guys? 2.5 hours maybe at RetroCon because I had to go back and run my store, so I couldn't stay long. But I saw maybe half of the tables in there, and that it's not enough time. And I know you guys stayed like all day long, and I kind of wish I could have done that.
Mm-hmm. So even with the little bit of time you were there, the 2 hours, like definitely not enough time to kind of browse.
No, that was not enough time for sure.
Wow, nice.
Hey, Chris, you gotta come to the ToyCon. Want to know why?
Yeah.
Lunch is at Buffalo Wild Wings.
So. The wings. No, we can't do a wing challenge there because it'll cost us like $150.
Hey, well, good news. G Money picked up the tab last time. Maybe.
G Money's like that.
He said, "I did Chick-fil-A in Reston, guy. You guys are on your own." Oh man. Can't wait for that though. B-dubs. They don't have no B-dubs here in the city. At least nowhere close that I know. So I look forward to those little trips.
What is the date for ToyCon NJ? Does anybody know?
November 11th.
That's the 11th.
Yeah, it's a Saturday.
11th and 12th. I think we're planning.
Yep.
Okay, that'll work. I'm in.
Sweet.
Be here before you know it.
Yeah.
So Dom, when you went to this one, you weren't working it, were you? You were just there to attend it?
No, I've done this show since its inception. I was at the first. They did it. They were used to be a 1-day show. They had the smaller room at the same venue, but when they jumped over to a 2-day show, they jumped into the bigger room, and the show has been great. Like there's times where the 1-day show was always great because it was just 1 day. Everybody came to that 1 day, and I was always as a vendor enjoyed that 1-day show. But when they turned it to the 2-day show, you always have that second day kind of lull that happens. But everything was well. Like the show is huge. They do a great job. They get voice actors from G.I. Joe, Transformers, all different things.
They actually had Dirk Benedict and Dwight Schultz from the A-Team were there.
Yep.
As well, for sure.
They have like vintage cars there from fans and everything. They have over. I think there was like they advertise there's like 200 vendors at the site. So it's good. So a big library of stuff like vintage stuff, modern stuff. Hanny was there with third party stuff. So it's
that was Hung.
Hung.
Hung. I'm sorry. Yeah, Hung was there. Was third party stuff. I'm sorry, it's late. And then yeah, it's about an hour and a half away from me. An hour 20 minutes away from me. So it's not a bad ride. It's down the turnpike. I cut over to the Pennsylvania turnpike, and it's right there. And I got there around 10. Met up with Brian. I saw a couple, when we were waiting there, and then met up a couple people. Started doing our laps around, and stopping at the booths, buying some shit. And then I left. I didn't stay too late. I left at around like 2:30. I needed to get back home because I promised my wife that we would buy a vanity for our new bathroom. So
You
I
got
had
the cheap one?
no. But we killed it in one shot. So we went to Lowe's, and we found the one that she liked and bought it all up. Bought the faucet, bought the mirror, and everything else. So it was real fun. But she was happy. Then I had to lug that shit upstairs last night, so that wasn't fun.
Wait, I thought you were trying to move. Why are you doing a vanity in the house?
Well, she wants to upgrade. The only bathroom in my house that hasn't been upgraded was the hallway bathroom upstairs. So I felt like if I upgraded it, it's not going to really kill me in regards to the resale of the house. So I'll probably get my money back. So bathrooms and kitchens are important. So, but the show's great. I enjoyed it. I got my G1 Devastator signed by the voice actor there.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
shit, you got it? Nice.
Yeah. He was at TF. He was actually at TF Con Toronto, and I missed that show. I was really disappointed. I was hoping that he was going to be at the U.S. show, and he wasn't. And when I heard that he was going to be at RetroCon, I was really happy because they I'm assuming when they go, the two guys, I think the people who run that show go to other conventions. They go to the TF Cons and stuff like that. So I know they advertise their shows at other shows and stuff like that. So they really do a good job. So my hats out for them because they do a really good job.
If you've ever been to NJCC, you've had one of their flyers put into any crevice on your person or your table or anything.
Yep. And so Dom is walking around with a G1 Devastator gift set encased in glass with all these voice actor signatures on it.
Yeah,
acrylic.
That's like he's essentially walking with like $40,000-$50,000 in his hand, right?
Damn.
It's a highly expensive toy. But
yeah, all right, I'm right.
It's one of my treasures. So I was able to get all the voice, most of the voice actors that voiced all the individual robots, and then the individual who voiced the Devastator himself was there. He's also the voice actor for Destro from G.I. Joe, the silver face
Destro.
guy. Destro, yeah. So he was there, and great guy. Had a little just chat with him. He signed the toy, and basically showed my appreciation, said thank you, and he saw the other voice actors on there, which was Frank Welker, Greg Berger, Neil Ross, and some really good guys that he was familiar with. So I was happy to see that I actually met them and got them signed as well, right next to his name.
So
Nice.
How many do you have any left?
That's really cool.
I have 2 guys left, and the funny thing is the agent that was with him is an agent of one of the guys that I don't have. And he said that he gave me his business card, so I'm going to just reach out to him and see if I can. He said he will probably try to get the guy out to one of these shows, but he lives out in Colorado. The other guy that I need a signature from, he has passed away, so I'm not going to be able to get that guy's. I think he's a scavenger. I think scavenger is
Does he have any kids or something? He has kids.
funny that you mentioned that.
Oh, jeez.
One year at BotCon, obviously the guy who voiced Starscream passed away, and he got inducted. Starscream got inducted to the Hall of Fame, and the person who's there to basically accept the award was his daughter, and she had like a little booth. That the next day she had a little booth that she was set up, and she was signing Starscreams on his behalf. at the
Oh,
BotCon
that's
show,
awesome.
which was pretty cool. So
Could she do the voice too? I mean, I don't
no,
get
no,
that.
no, no, no. But
I'm like,
I was once a man.
she was signing as the daughter of Starscream, which was pretty cool. So she would sign her name and just say daughter of Starscream, and it was pretty cool. So, but other than that, it was a great show. I enjoyed it for the time that I was there. I wish I was a vendor of that for that show, because they had another convention going on next door, the Minecraft convention. Like they had a Minecraft, right, Brian? Minecraft?
I don't remember. Bricks knows. Mine
Was it-
something.
Minecraft?
Mine trick? Mine fair?
Mine Fair for Minecraft, right?
Yeah.
So the parking lot was packed, dude. The amount of people that were there was amazing. So the just the turnover from that convention, people walking from that convention and seeing like there's a toy convention and, you know, Star Wars characters standing outside and everything like that, you know, just brought a lot of people to the show. So as a vendor, I'm sure they got a lot of foot traffic and stuff because of the two conventions being there. So
Yeah, Mine Fair got 20,000 people for the weekend.
yeah, so
Wow.
So
Yeah, that's very high potential to make some sales.
Yep. But you know, like I said, I've done several shows this year, so I'm done for the year. The next show will be at NJCC. So
What it was for you for this show, that just everything else, you just decided just to chill out for this one?
yeah, I just decided to chill out. I had probably the opportunity to throw everything that I had for TFCon back in the truck and drive down there, and there were empty. And Brian, right? There were empty tables.
Yeah,
So-
Dom was checking out the chairs at the empty tables. He sat down, and so there's a girl there cosplaying as Jem doing face painting, and I watch him, right, and I can see him. He's like, I need to sit, and so she wasn't at her booth right at the moment, and he just sat down right in her chair where the people sit to get face painted.
Brian loved it because it was a great photo op of, so he could take a photo of the girl.
I actually thought Dom was getting his face painted at one point.
No.
She was like so close to him that I was like, what did he get?
She was pretending, and then Brian said, because he worked up, he's like, oh, I want to get a photo. Can you pretend that you're painting on his face? And she went ahead and did it, and he took a snapshot of Jem truly outrageous painting my face.
Where are these photos?
Only the privileged will know.
Fair enough.
So, but it was good. It was good. I had a fun time meeting up with the fellas, and I had a dip a little bit earlier than expected. But if I had the time, I would have stayed there until it closed. But
All right, that's cool. And Bricks, did you see anything? I didn't know you weren't there for long. Did you see anything there that caught your eye? Anything that you were looking at that you were like, damn, I should have picked it up?
What caught my eye is that it wasn't like NJCC, and that there was a mixture of everything, including lots of different artists and crafters and people selling anything and everything, old toys, new toys, all that. So NJCC, you go there and it's like Pop, Black Series, and Transformers. And while that's not a bad thing, it's really a good thing seeing this many different products available at once. There's plenty of people selling Lego. There's third party. There's stuff I couldn't even name. We were pointing out all the Robotech figures that are everywhere, and yeah, the variety was off the charts.
That's sweet. That's pretty good. And I heard mention, I think on ETR, like how this convention is called RetroCon, but you saw a lot of modern stuff there. And we're probably going to touch on ToyCon next month, and that show seems to be like more of like a retro like convention with some of the older pieces. Is that true? Like I wasn't able to go to ToyCon.
I don't know. I mean, there's modern stuff there, but it may have just been the selection of pictures that I took. But there was a lot of older stuff there too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stuff I'd never seen before.
I know. Chuck was going after all. They had a lot of G1 Transformers there.
Yeah.
That he was going through, and they were, some vendors had like really nice pristine G1 figures that they were selling for good prices. So
Yeah, Chuck was hunting for masks, toys.
Yeah.
He actually found someone who had some Starcom stuff. He brought me over, and I was like, "This is missing this piece. That does like this. This is the wrong figure." I was like, "Wow, I'm being useful." But it was kind of cool.
They had a bunch of Simpsons stuff, so I was sending pictures to Chris, going like, do you need this? Do you need that? Or and then same thing with Dave. Like I was just sending pictures of, telling him what's the Black Series stuff that they had, because he wanted to buy a couple of some of the older figures.
Yeah, Dom, thank you for that. I mean,
oh, no problem.
You know what Dom's good at? Dom's good at telling you what you need too. Like you may not know what you need, and he's like, Dave, you're going bounty hunters. You need this. I'm like, all right, cool. So he was picking me up things left and right. Thank you very much for that.
Oh, no problem. And like and surprisingly, they had they had marked up figures, figures that you wouldn't probably touch it because of the price. But then there were some good deal ones that some vendors had some good deals, some good prices, and you couldn't pass up on it. Yeah, you got me an Ahsoka for $10, right? Yeah, Ahsoka for $10. Brand new, sealed. I got an IG-88 for $30. That figure alone is going to go skyrocketing up because of the fact that they're finishing off the body hunters and everything. Mm-hmm. So I got the Leia Bosk for $20. The Bosch for $20. It was great. It was something. If you can get any of those old figures for retail value, it's just a good day. Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty sweet. Pretty good prices. Is it just like the people were they just not trying to get those premium prices? No,
because you had the vendors that they're for making money. You got the money making vendors, and then you have the vendors there that are looking to sell their collection and just trying to get some cash in their pockets for whatever means that they needed it for. But
when you have that many vendors in the room, you're gonna get it in both types.
Yep, exactly.
Unlike NJCC, where it's like it looks like it's all regular vendors. Even at TFCon, there was so many vendors that there were a few people who were just selling collections.
Yep.
So you get to see some of that there.
Yeah, it's nice to see that too, because it's becoming a rarity in regards to finding some vendors are just looking to lighten up their collection or sell off their collection and get a good price at that, because there's a lot of vendors now trying to get into pretty much what I've been doing, and it's hard, and trying to find a good price and trying to get those deals is getting harder and harder every time you go to conventions. But they're out there. You just have to look a little harder.
Yeah, and like you guys said, it just being a bigger show, you're definitely going to get a little bit more of a mix of both types of retailers.
And it's a lot of room in this place. It's just the amount of vendors that there's there and how room spacious it is. It's wonderful. Like the difference between this place and say, what is it, Toy-Con NJ? It's you have a lot of walking space and room, and the vendors have a lot of room, so they don't really pack it in to the point. They have a nice layout. They stick with that layout. There's plenty of walking space. You're not elbow to elbow with people, and it's just a lot of. It makes it for a better pleasure in regards to walking through and enjoying a show.
Yeah. And the cosplay is cool.
Yeah.
I like how people do arts and craftsy stuff. This is pretty cool. Usually I'll see more of that at like Baltimore Comic-Con. I tell you what I love about these cons, man. So you know how we reminisce about going to the toy stores of old, and it's like Shangri-La. And then now you go to a toy store, you check a couple pegs and you're out, right? Nothing else catches your eye. But it's like here, man, you go and you want to look at every single piece on every single table. And you have to go multiple times because you always miss something. And it's just really, really cool.
And what I love about it too is like Brian said, like you walk through some of these retro vendors who have some old stuff, and you're like, oh my God, I remember I had that. It's not Transformers related, it's not like Star Wars related, but something one-off that you're like, oh my God, I remember I had that, and you're just looking at it and just see the packaging and everything. It just brings that back, those old fields and stuff like that. So it's really good.
And it's funny to see vendors that now. Like obviously Hung was there, so you got to hang out with him and chill with him. He's a cool dude. But like that guy that was at NJCC and at TFCon, he was there again.
Oh, nice. He
was like right around the corner from Dom at TFCon, remember?
Yep.
And he was right next to Chris's table at NJCC, so he was there still selling stuff. And every time he's there, I'm like, dude, you have the rarest like, where do you get this stuff from? He's like, hey, I found good stuff. In the groups, there's someone who posts in there every once in a while, like Shockwave's Lab or something. If you've seen that, she was there.
I've seen that.
Yeah, so it's kind of interesting.
That's awesome. It's funny how you notice, like, once you're hitting like the con circuit pretty hard, and you start noticing like some of the same people that are there at the conventions and some of the same vendors, and you build up a rapport. Like I know at TFCon I saw a few people that I normally see at NJCC, and I thought that was pretty dope and interesting. Because something completely unrelated, like somebody I didn't expect to see, and I'm like, oh, I recognize her, or I know him. I know him.
The funny thing that you say that, Jose, because I like, as I walked through that room, I had to like shake a couple vendors' hands because I just knew them from the shows that I've done, and just say hello and how you doing. Oh, you're not set up today? No, I'm not. Like it's just you see the same people like a lot of the times when you do a lot of these shows, and it's nice because you seem like the once or twice a year that you see them, and it's like you just start up a conversation again, and it's like an old friend that you haven't seen for a long time.
Yeah, and some familiar faces from the other cons too that are just going there to buy stuff, which is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got there like 9:45. It opened at 10, unless you had the special pass or whatever. And I knew what side of the building to park on because I knew which hall it was in, and I knew the whole place was going to be mobbed. So I got a spot. And I walked over and I started standing in line. There's people yelling about how if you're here for Minecraft, you're in the wrong line. Go to the other side of the building. And every time they would yell that, like 10 people would leave the line, peel off, and walk around the building. And then at one point, the guy in front of me turns around, and it's Dan. I don't know what his last name is. Dan. Well, that's not his last name, but we'll go with that. he turns around and he's like, dude. You've been standing behind me for 10 minutes, and he's been standing in front of me for 10 minutes. He didn't have a R.O.C shirt on, which has a convenient logo on the back as well. Which I don't know if you guys thought about that when you did it, or if that was just part of the T-shirt deal. But it's
happy coincidence.
Yeah, it's a great move.
It definitely helps.
Yeah. I would have figured out who it was much sooner if he had that shirt on. But now he had a regular normie shirt on. But it was. To say you see a lot of familiar faces, I get in line and the guy in front of me is in the realm.
Yeah, fuck those guys who wear regular shirts at conventions. Shit out to Jisk. I heard you, Jisk. I heard you.
Oh, and one more thing too. I got to talk to Retro for a while, so that was cool.
Oh, I was definitely gonna ask because I saw you guys took a picture. Like, how was that? Like meeting him and chilling with him, talking it up. How was that?
Yeah, he knows the people around the convention, so he volunteers there. He works the door to make sure people without their stamps on their hands don't come trying to sneak in and stuff like that.
Oh, so now we have a way in. Nice.
Get up the
hung. Yep. So. But I got to talk to him for a while, which was good. And me and Chuck we stopped him in one of the aisles, talked to him, and he's like, guys, I gotta go. The wife is waiting for me. I'm like, all right, man. And she didn't want to be a part of any pictures, I think so.
Brian, how much is a ticket to get into that?
$20. $20 on Saturday,
That's
15 on Sunday.
Not bad. And did they announce like when the next one's going to be yet, or is that something that
it's in the fall? It's always in the fall.
And the table fees are really good. Like it's $90 for both days.
Oh wow, that's not bad. And it's only once a year. Once a year they do this.
Once a year, yeah.
That's crazy. The table cost in the next room was like $600.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. Well, maybe that might be something to consider for the next show. Maybe grabbing a table or something. Dom, if you do it, I'm down.
Yeah, I'm down. Gotta make sure there's another convention going on. Get that traffic.
Yep. As long as the timing is right, I got to see what's going to be left after the next NJCC too. Got to make sure we got good stock to sell. There's always something.
Jose. Come on.
I
won't
wish
be this,
NJCC
but-
was next weekend. I've got so many beasts I'm selling right now. I don't want to put them on eBay. I want to get a table at NJCC like next weekend. Just stand them all up and see if anyone wants to buy any of them. It's NJCC.
Yeah.
Have you tried any of the Facebook groups, Bricks? Any of the
I did a
Wars
couple
groups
of
out
them,
there?
and there's some people who hit me up and bought a few of them. I've sold about $2,000 worth of them so far, but that I've been starting with all like the BotCon stuff, so that gets good money.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd always try Facebook first, like before eBay, just because you don't have to fuck with the fees. You know, I know eBay, it gets it out there to a much wider audience, but if you could avoid paying, the little extra percentages, that always helps.
Yeah, the one guy was making me offers nonstop, and it was kind of lowball. And then he's like, "I'm in Souderton, which is like, I don't know, 40 minutes from me, 30 minutes from me."
Mhm.
He's like, "Will you take 300 cash for this, and I'll come get it right now?" And I said, "Okay." And definitely gave him an R.O.C card when he came and picked it up, and obviously he had no idea about R.O.C, and now he does.
Cool. Nice.
Get the word.
When is NJCC coming back?
March.
March next year.
March.
Yeah.
It's too many months.
I went there for the first time in 2014.
Mm-hmm.
That was really cool.
Yeah.
Grim was up there. I didn't know who he was. I knew everybody was crowding around him, but I didn't know who he was until after I left out of there.
He wasn't at the last show, so I hope he comes out because he brings a lot of people to the show too.
Yeah.
That's sweet that you actually went to an older show, though, T-Man. I think that was before 2014. I think was before we started doing like the ROC meetups there. But what is your thoughts like on the show overall? Like, I'm sure it's probably bigger now than it was then. What do you think?
It was really cool. Like, when I was up there was a lot of good prices. Like, one of the things I was shocked to see cheap was the Transformers alternators, if y'all know them. Like, I should have bought some of them, and the Binotech figures were cheap too, and I was completely shocked by that. But I didn't go up there with a lot of money, unfortunately. So I was like, I'm not going back unless I have at least 500 or more next time.
Yeah, I think the Binotech bubble was bursting right around then, right? Because by 2014, like that's when like Employee Landboard came out, and people were like, "Oh,
yeah."
What's this about?
That's what I actually bought when I was up there.
Oh, okay, cool.
Nice. And is the commute like? Is it a long commute for you to drive up to Cherry Hill?
I think it was 2 hours because I'm in Baltimore.
All right.
That's not bad.
Yeah, that's not too bad. Some of us, they had like an hour and a half, like from here in New York. Some of the others like similar time. So that's pretty awesome. So definitely come through to the next one. I think it's the first or second week of March 2018.
All right.
So definitely come through, hang out, because we're gonna be there full force.
I have to try. My birthday is in the beginning of March.
There you go. Bring the birthday money.
Come celebrate your birthday.
That works. All right, and then I think the next convention, as we already mentioned, I think is going to be ToyCon New Jersey, which is the weekend of November 11th and 12th, 2-day show. I think a lot of us here on the panel and others are going to be planning on being there for Saturday. So I already have like all my reservation set up so that's pretty much like a definite for me. I'm going to ask the wife if she wants to go. So Dave mentioned earlier, going to be seeing him at the end of the month, but I'm really looking forward to that next convention to hang out with the rest of you guys.
I'll ask my wife if she wants to come, Jose, so at least your wife has somebody to hang out with.
Yeah, awesome. She might turn me down, so I'll keep you guys posted. But
know.
I think that might be something, just be like, hey, just come with me to Jersey and hang out with the guys for a day.
Yeah.
Especially since we're planning on going to see Thor. I think, So I think
I'll say that's
cool.
probably
that's eye candy for the women. So they love that. They love those movies.
I'd love for us to get tables there, but like we need a guarantee that we will never be put in the little room. I mean,
oh god, that little room. They didn't even have that little room last time.
Yeah, that was sort of good.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a nasty place to be, man.
So that shows a another decent show with the potential to make sales.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of like just hanging out though. Like
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
fact
it
that
was
we were
fun.
able to leave and go somewhere for a little bit, you know,
Yeah.
that was dope.
Yeah.
I've done that show, Jose, and it's out of all the shows that I've done, it's the lowest on my on my kind of pecking order.
Okay.
really?
Okay. All right, and it's true. Like there, you know, when you're obligated to kind of be there at the table and sell, like you are hanging out, but you also do have that obligation. Like you're there basically working. So you definitely don't have as good as a time as you could have if you could just kind of be out and go to lunch or have dinner, or like we said, we're planning on going to the movies. So you definitely miss out a little bit. It's good to make money, but it's also nice to, you know, take the time and hang out with the boys and stuff. You know.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So, all right, guys, I think we're getting close to the 90-minute mark. So I think it'd be good to kind of end there. We did have another topic on tap, but we could probably just bank that for next week. I think it will be some interesting conversation. So we'll keep you guys posted on that.
Bank it.
Brian, were you keeping track of the chat at all? I hope.
Yeah, man. I was keeping chat.
Chat ambassador.
All right. So Chat Wingham was in there. Chat Wingham there's in there networking, making connections. He wants to meet up out there.
Really?
I mean, yeah, a lot of chatter around West Coast shows and whatnot. So we got some West Coasters in the chat today. But Antoine was in there. Mega 81, EE Prime 20, KJ Smith, Sunday Heat, BZ Fresh, Lord Shadowkeeper, my man Lord Shadowkeeper. He's still watching the show, dude. That's fucking awesome. Let's see. We had Trust R Screamer, Primacon, Jeff L. We had Dolkar, Forgotten Path. That's Lance. People who don't know. We had Unboxing Art, Soundwave Will, Ralph L, The Vendetta. Jarms is in there. Catch 26. David L, Jason L, and Matt M. So thanks, guys, for popping in. Before you leave, click the thumbs up button.
That was true Star Screamer. I know him.
True Star Screamer. Trust our Screamer. Yeah, I see that now. My bad.
Well, yeah, guys, like Brian said, thanks for popping into the chat. Please titty smack that like button. Everybody that's watching, hit the freaking like button.
What's wrong with that, man? Don't
give us a thumbs up. We need those likes, guys. We need those likes. Let's get us out there. And we always love everybody that participates in the chat. And believe it or not, guys, you know what? We're going to do a small little giveaway next week for everybody that's in the chat. So just look forward to that small little giveaway for you guys, because we love the participation. So let's just run down the panel, say our goodbyes, tell us where you're at. So first up, T-Man, tell us where you're at, brother.
T-Man 978. If you look that up or chill review, you should be able to find me. And you just mentioned a giveaway. I want to plug a giveaway that I'm doing right now. Extra Zero gave me or donated a HasCon exclusive RC. So when I get to 6,000 subscribers, maybe like 5 days after I actually reach that point, I'm gonna do the drawing for that.
Cool.
And the Maryland get together that we did in my previous video before the giveaway, the toy hunt, my last toy hunt, I have a little bit of footage of that, and I have some pictures of the toys that I was posing around. So, yeah, if you're interested in that RC, come stop by and enter that. But thank you guys for inviting me tonight. I really enjoyed this. It was fun.
No problem.
And I like hearing your
Thank
stories.
you for coming, TM.
Yep. So, thanks for popping on, brother.
You're welcome.
All right, G Money.
Hey, yeah, find me, Gary Allen, on the Facebook groups. Feel free to message me directly if you have any questions. I'll be pretty active in the normal R.O.C. and the wellness and weight loss challenge. So lots of great stuff coming out there.
All right.
And, of course, here on Tuesdays.
All right, Big Dom.
You can find me on Dominic Ross on the Facebook page, and I'm going to be here on Tuesday nights with you fellas, and I'm going to be at the local pizzeria or Pizza Hut, scarfing down some pizzas so I could bulk up on weight, so I can, you know, start off with a good heavy weight, so I could bring it down low and get my percentage where I need it. Nah, just joking that, but like I said, it was great. I strongly recommend anyone who's looking to make a change in their life to join that weight challenge. I lost 50 pounds when we did the first time. Unfortunately, I put that poundage back, and I was wishing that challenge was going for a little longer. Maybe I would have been a little bit more committed or something. But things happen, things come up in your life, and like I said, I'm all game. So come try to beat the champ, because I'm coming. I'm coming, guys. So I'll be out there to bring the competition, because it's going to be, as if it was anything like the last time. There was a lot of competition, so it was fun.
Awesome. Dom, I'm going to beat you this time, Dom.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Love it. Love it.
Hey, Gary, can I jump on your back when we do the running exercises?
You might kill him, bro.
I think he can handle it. He can handle it. Fucking rock.
You got it.
Listen, Toy-Con, NJ, all the celery you can eat.
All the celery you can eat. I'm pissed off. If it's going to start in the beginning of December, this is just going to be twigs and berries for Christmas, man. Shit. I'm just going to eat. I'm just going to
have fun on that.
Eat the mistletoe, motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm just going to eat the mistletoe. Thanks, guys.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Next up, Energon Addict. No problem, though.
Yo, you guys know where to find me. Energon Addict on Instagram.
The local precinct.
There you go. You know it.
Oh, shit. All right. Clutch.
Hey, what's going on? I'm Bricks on the Dollar everywhere. You can check me out at the Warminster Brick Shop 7 days a week. Brian knows what I'm talking about.
Dude, that place is cool.
I envy you, man. I'm so jealous. That's awesome that you have a shop like that. That's great, man. Bricks.
Well, I don't assess risk very well. I just do things and see what happens.
I give it up to you, man. Paul, that's great.
Yep. And do you have another episode of new episode of Stasis Lock tomorrow?
That's right. Thank you. Yeah, we have a Stasis Lock tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern. With we got some news this time, which is nice, and probably topics. We're done. We had 2 weeks to trivia. That's over now. I sent the winners their prizes. Jose, you'll probably get your prize tomorrow.
Awesome.
And I think that was a lot of fun. It was a different change of pace for Stasis Lock. But hey, if you want to listen to a little bit of Beast Wars and a whole lot of bullshit, listen to Stasis Lock.
Awesome. And thanks for popping on tonight, man.
No problem.
All right, Brian Brink.
You can catch me, Brian Brink, in the Facebook groups at Brinkalizer on Instagram. And tomorrow night, another new episode of Figure Bangin' is coming at you.
Figure.
Yeah.
Come join Ace, Milo, myself, and Pigment Surgery as we do another video.
JD.
Yes.
Slave Leia
tonight.
Slave Leia ripping that skirt. I tell you scoundrel.
Yeah, he did.
That scoundrel, I tell you.
All right. And as for myself, guys, you can find me Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all at HarricanBX, and pretty much HarricanBX all over social media. And here with these fine gentlemen every single Tuesday night, helping host the Hangout, 8 p.m. right here, Realm of Collectors YouTube channel. Guys, don't forget to check us out on Facebook. We're there as a group, Realm of Collectors. We're on Instagram at Realm of Collectors and on Twitter at Enter the R.O.C. Don't forget to send your What's in the Fucking Box and Shelf Life videos to Enter the Realm Cast at gmail.com. Think I'm going to be sending Dust a video tonight. Don't hate me, Dust, please. Remember to check out our website, realmofcollectors.com. We got some merchandise up on the site. We have some shot glasses on sale. You'll get a pair for $13 shipped anywhere in the continental U.S. International members will work out shipping for you. And don't forget, you could also pick up in limited quantities the latest T-shirt made by our very own Energon Addict, the Friends and Family Tee. Guys, sizes of that are extremely limited. Check it out on the website, realmofcollectors.com. Get your orders in before they're gone. Remember to pull up a chair to the Cool Table Network. It's a hub for like-minded podcasts, including our flagship show, Enter the Realm, Shattercast Uncut, Plastic Fanatics, Toy Detox, Nerd Rage Radio, Figure Banging, which is on tomorrow, Beer and Bolts is 40K, 8 Weeks, Stasis Lock, and a whole lot more. You can find the Cool Table on Facebook and throughout all social media. So that's our show for tonight, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. We are the R.O.C. We're not going anywhere, so get to know us. We'll see you next week.
Take a breath, Jose.
Take a breath, breathe, Jose, breathe.
Peace out. Peace out.